The Gambling Commission has issued a damning report into the Ministry of Health's approach to problem gambling as it tries to put in place a $92 million levy on gambling operators. It says despite repeated requests for the ministry to provide evidence its strategy is effective and actually working, it still can't prove that it's reducing problem gambling. Martin Chair is public charity managing director. Martin, good morning.
Morning.
So what's the problem here?
Well, where do you start, really? A train wreck of a strategy, hasn't been effective, contains no targets. So they've been wildly successful at inflating workforces, generating reports that don't go anywhere. Some of the campaigns around public awareness, I think, have been effective, but overall, as an intervention strategy, they haven't moved the dial on problem gambling since the late 1990s.
Do you think anyone actually ever will? Does problem gambling mitigation actually work, or do you actually just need to get rid of the pokies?
Well, I wouldn't limit this just to a situation with gaming machines, particularly in light of the fact that the minister's about to approve multiple online gambling licences where people can gamble 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if anything, we're seeing a liberalisation of laws around gambling, and research says introducing new products into the community is the riskiest point, whereas existing forms of gambling mitigate the risk over time. And that's what we're seeing, very low rates of problem gambling anyway. That's part of the issue. The approach in it from an entirely public health basis is like trying to boil the ocean, really. You're trying to get to a very small number of people through the general populace. So prevention, there is a role for that, but the type of intervention services that have been delivered since this strategy was implemented in 2004, because same strategy, I mean, I've seen 7 of the 8 of these releases, and they are literally carbon copies of each other, and at no point do they set a target, so there's no danger of achieving one.
Right. Right, which is a cynical way to see things, but I can understand exactly where you're coming from. What does it mean for pub charity?
Well, we're going to have to pay more, which means that that'll be deducted from the total pool of grants. I don't resent the payment in any way, shape or form. I mean it's a expected investment in addressing the issue. It's this how the money's been deployed over a long period of time. It was particularly galling to see this particular strategy announced as a refreshment, when in reality the criticism from the Commission was exactly the opposite, that in fact it was the same that it was, same strategy submitted 3 years ago, which was so heavily criticised. What people don't know, it's the same strategy that was implemented in 2004. And it's just been rolled out time and time again with no metrics for progress. So as to your question, what's the future? Well, out of the United States, the attention is turning very much to individual responses, genomic profiling of individuals, identifying at-risk individuals to obsessive compulsive disorders, customised intervention strategies. We as an industry have spent millions upgrading the technology that we provided in our venue to be world leading, and we've got an intervention strategy that's locked in the dark ages, and the Ministry of Health are not known for their flexibility or responsiveness, let's put it that way.
No, certainly not. You got that point right. Martin, appreciate you coming on the program this morning. Thank you very much. Martin Chair, Charity Managing Director.